Palworld, Nintendo, lawsuit. A lot going on in that area, huh? If I have my facts correctly, and if I remember reading this correctly, I think the Japan Patent Office rejected one of Nintendo's submissions for a patent. I could be wrong on that, so feel free to correct my dumb ass. But Palworld looks like some sort of Pokemon ripoff, actually very far from it. The only thing it actually has related / in common with Pokemon is the sort of general approach to character design and the catching mechanics. Other than that, it's a very different kind of game, and over the past 2.5 weeks, I have come to learn that I was missing out. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you know, whatever. It's like, yeah, I kind of wish I played it sooner, not too fussed about it. No. I was missing out big time. And to make up for that, I decided to make this video sharing what I think are 15 of the single best items to unlock in Palworld's early game. Now, like I said, I haven't played the game much, and I am absolutely a novice when it comes to like meta strategies and stuff like that. I've only played for about 15 hours, but I really wanted an excuse to talk about this game in a video. So don't think I'm considering myself as some sort of authority on what the best way to spend your points are. This is simply a video made by a novice in hope it will serve other novices based on my own experiences. I'm sure there's gonna be like some snob player in the comments who will be all, actually unlocking that is totally pointless and you should instead do this meta strategy to make the game go so fast so you can't enjoy it because fun isn't allowed. But I digress. Let's begin. This list is in no particular order of best to worst, but it is ordered from the lowest level to highest level from when you can unlock them. These 15 items encompass the first 15 levels of unlocks available, which felt like the majority of the early game. At least to me it did. After I hit level 16 and kind of got closer to level 20, that's when it felt like the early game stopped and the regular early to mid-early game started. Coming in at the number 1 slot, we have arrows. Yep, it's just arrows. I know it might seem a little bit silly to put this on a list, but you gotta stay strapped with mad amounts of clips in this game. Guns aren't unlocked until quite a bit later, so stock up on them medieval munitions. Number 2, the common shield. Shields are a form of accessory that function basically how you expect them to. You get a little blue bar above your health bar that absorbs damage before you yourself take any real damage. And trust me, that little bit of extra protection will really help you when taking on some slightly higher level pals, or save your life when exploring higher level areas and you just get jumped out of nowhere. Number 3, the Statue of Power. A vital structure for permanently upgrading your character and your pals' abilities. Around the world, you'll find these little green effigies containing the souls of dead limb funks. They're like these little green squirrel things. And you offer these souls to the gods to make your ability to catch pals more effective. You can also feed it pal souls, granting the selected pal a range of permanent stat boosts. Anything from work speed to permanent max health and attack and defense. Really helpful to get this thing down as soon as possible so you can start stealing the souls of damned pals. Number 4, the wooden bat. It's a good early game weapon that does a very clean, very respectable 50 attack damage. It's also great for whittling down wild pals' health to a low amount, you know, to make catching them easier before you gain access to the Ring of Mercy. Said ring makes all player attacks not able to reduce a pal's health below 0. But since you can't unlock the Ring of Mercy until level 19, and it also requires a purple tech point, the bat is a great alternative until you get your hands on it. Number 5, the egg incubator. Now, this handy dandy little egg cracker also requires a purple technical point, but it is definitely worth it. If you've done even a little bit of exploring, you've probably picked up a pal egg. And these eggs are hot, fresh, and ready to be hatched. Getting the incubator early on is both a great way to unlock new pals and prevent the pal eggs from clogging up like 3 wooden boxes. Number 6 is a double feature since these 2 items are functionally the same, those items being the stone pit and the logging site. This is where Palworld really started to get my attention as a great base building game. These 2 structures are just infinite sources of wood and stone, and you don't even have to manually work them. You can get your pals to do it for you. Like I said, I'm only 15 hours into the game, but I could already rant about how fun the base building and base management is. And I usually hate base management, but it's so easy to understand and do in Palworld. Number 7, the Crusher. This thing is an absolute essential, especially after getting the logging site and the stone pit. Here you can turn stone into paldium, which is one of the most essential resources in the entire game. It can also make wood into fiber and acts as an exchange of sorts for pal souls. So for example, 2 small pal souls can make a medium pal soul, and vice versa. Out of most of the items on this list, this is like one of the ones I highly recommend going out of your way to get operational as soon as possible. Number 8, the 3-shot bow. It is elegant, as all bows are, triple shot for style and extra damage, at the cost of just 1 arrow. This thing served me extremely well until I happened upon a schematic for an uncommon crossbow. But until you unlock the normal crossbow or happen upon something better, this is the go-to range weapon in my opinion. Number 9, the Ecthir saddle. One thing that is absolutely critical in Palworld is having a decent mount. And when it comes to early game land travel, there is no beating Ecthir. Not only is it a very reliable pal in combat, but one of its abilities also lets you do a super speed dash. It lets you cover a very generous amount of distance early on, and it has a very generous cooldown. Number 10, the grappling gun. I feel like this one might be a little bit controversial, but I love grappling hooks in any game. If a game has a grappling hook, it is immediately 2.75 times better than games that don't have them. Yes, it does need a purple tech point, but it is absolutely worth it. If you don't have a flying mount, this baby is your new best friend for climbing and ascending large heights. Worried about stamina? Just grapple. Can't reach that thing over there? Just grapple. Love grappling? Just grapple. Number 11, the cooler box. A good number of survival games have the mechanic where food expires after a certain amount of time. Palworld is no different, but the cooler box will save your food so long as you have an ice pal to be a constant cold source 24/7. Food will still expire in the cooler box, of course, but at a significantly slower rate. Also, it helps that you can just right-click it out and put it back in and the timer on the spoiling resets. But if you're out and about and you don't have a cooler box at your base, you might not get back in time before your 1,000 berries end up expiring. So having one of these is crucial to keeping your food in high supply. Number 12, the monitoring stand. Aside from the crusher, this is without a doubt the other item on this list that I highly recommend getting as soon as you can. At first I thought it was just like a vanity structure, if you will, you know, for like making a lookout tower or something. But no, it is functional and allows you to have more control over what kind of work you want your pals to do. Say for example, a pal has like 3 to 4 different work skills, but you only want them to do, say, kindling work. You can simply disable their other skills with this stand so they're not all over the place and decentralized. Utter must-have for making your base's operations more organized. Number 13, the sphere workbench. If you wanna... No, not catch them all, that's Pokemon. If you want to be the best, like no one ever wait a minute. If you want to get maidens, you need the sphere workbench. You gotta make big, shiny, captivating spheres if you want the maidens. Which brings us to number 14, the Megasphere. A stronger version of the basic Pal Sphere, and it is quite cheap to make. No reason not to make like 30 or 50 of these things right out the gate to make capturing pals easier. It's simply a no-brainer. And lastly, for number 15, we have the Pal Expedition Station. Now that you can catch pals easier with the Megasphere, it's time to make them work like slaves. I mean, contractually obliged employees without a union. This station is kind of like commissions in idle games. You send your pals out for a set amount of time, and depending on the selected expedition and the power of the pal sent, you get rewards in return. Although keep an eye on the risk level. You don't want to be sending in low-level pals into high-risk expeditions. I haven't actually unlocked any of the other expeditions aside from the first one, but man, even the first one can net you some pretty solid resources like food, megaspheres, ore, and much more, which can give you a much-needed boost. I wasn't actually going to spend my tech points to unlock this right away, but I decided I probably should, and yeah. I'm glad I did. This station is super helpful for amassing extra materials to further enhance your capabilities. And there you have it, my friend. What are, in my opinion, 15 of the most essential items to unlock in Palworld's early game. Like I said, I am anything but an authority on this game as of now, and there are plenty of other items in the first 15 tiers that are just as good and just as useful as the things I listed here. These are just some of the ones that stood out to me the most and carried the most impact on my first experience in the game. So if you're thinking of trying out out the game, which I absolutely recommend, I hope this novice list helps you on your novice endeavors. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Palworld content from me, after I, find time to play the game some more, then be sure to hit the like and sub button. I would greatly appreciate that. And to any and all Palworld players and fans watching this video, tell me, what are some of your favorite items to unlock in the first 15 tiers? I would love to read what some of them are. Just, be civil about it. And if you judge me, you're banned for life. But if you really like this video and the way we do things around here, and you want to show me a little bit of extra support, definitely consider becoming a channel member. Not only do you get access to a whole bunch of exclusive rewards, but you also directly support me in the process and help keep this channel running. But that is going to do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, I really hope Palworld wins the lawsuit against Nintendo, because, f*** you, Nintendo.